So in this video, we're going to be kicking off our difficulty 5 problem set, and this all has to do with basically foiling things that have radicals in them. And this seems to throw off a lot of students because they're not quite sure how to handle the foiling of radicals, especially when the radicals get like obnoxiously complicated. But it turns out the foiling process is exactly the same as what you're used to, say like when you're dealing with polynomials. And I'll show you exactly how this works out. So in this case, we're trying to simplify this product where we have a square root of 2 plus 3 times the quantity square root of 2 minus 3. Normally when someone says simplify something that's being multiplied, it's kind of counterintuitive because foiling usually complicates things. I had a professor in undergrad who once said, why simplify when you can complicate? So in this case, we're hoping that if we complicate first, we'll be able to simplify more later. Hopefully we'll be lucky enough to do that. So how does this work out? We have our product here again, and what we're going to do is we're going to FOIL this as much as we possibly can. So we take the first term, it works exactly like normal foiling. You multiply it to this guy, and then you multiply it to this guy and add them together. That's the first step of foiling. So here, continuing with this train of thought, we have square root of 2 times square root of 2. I like to isolate steps. I don't like to simplify as I'm working. Like, I could combine this under one roof, but I'm going to keep this as is for the time being, so we can do that in the next step. Just keeps work straight. All right. In this case, okay, so we multiplied the root 2 and the root 2. Now we're going to multiply the root 2 and the minus 3. So we have minus 3 times root 2. Okay. Okay, how do I want to do this now? Because I'm going to run out of space. Okay, the next step is going to be multiply this 3 to this root 2. And okay, so you can see it's not going to run off the edge, so we're in good shape. So we have 3 times root 2, that's what we got here. Now we have 3 times minus 3, so that gives us minus 9. All right, so now this is completely FOILed. First thing we did, just with normal foiling, is you take this first term, multiply it to everything in the second quantity, and then add them all together. Then the second step would be take the second thing in the first quantity, multiply it to each thing in the second quantity, add it all together. Now we're going to simplify as much as we possibly can. So we have square root of 2 times square root of 2. We can combine these all under the same radical, just using the product rule for radicals, and that gives us square root of 4, or square root of 2 times 2. I'll keep this all in one step here. So square root of 2 times 2 minus 3 root 2, nothing weird here, plus 3 root 2. So as you can see here, these guys are going to cancel, and we have minus 9 at the end of this. Okay, so all I did was combine the stuff that I have when I have two radicals of the same power multiplied together. I just combine them all under the same roof. All right. So, simplifying, 2 times 2 is 4, square root of 4 is 2. So, cool, we get that. Now we have minus 3 root 2, and we have plus 3 root 2. So these guys kill each other. So we're left with minus 9. This minus went away because we killed it off with this plus over here. So the minus I brought over here was from this minus 9. So we have 2 minus 9, and that very conveniently gives us minus 7. So even though we had to complicate this, it turns out that after some simplification, we end up with just minus 7. So this is a really complicated way of writing minus 7. And in this case, we are done with this example, and that's our first example of foiling using radicals. So if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe, and if you'd like to see more examples, please check out projectgradered.com. I'll see you in the next one.